Oh, what's going down, Commanders? I hope everyone's doing fine tonight. This is right off the cuff, guys. I'm going to give it a few minutes before I let some people get into the room and see who's going to turn up, because literally 10 minutes before I went live, I set up this stream, so I don't know how it's going to go. I really don't. I'm flying solo tonight. I just wanted to listen along to Drake's Dungeon, stop the video and see some of the feedback that you guys give and some of the bullshit that I'll probably come out with. That's basically all I want to do with this. Not too sure how it's going to go, but fuck it, let's go for it. I've got a couple of beers in, so I'm good. Just had a mouthful of one. Right, so this is the Drake Dungeon, Command Center 22 up, 21? I think it's 21, but I think on his thumbnail it says 22. Anyone confirm that for me? Whether it's CC 21 or 22. That looks like another 2 to me. It's cut off, but it looks like another 2. And I think they discuss the cheats. Yeah, I did read your comment, Cheeky. I went on. I haven't watched the video myself. This will be the first time watching it. Basically, I wanted to watch it, and then I want to do what Kickstarter should have done. They should have done a live stream and then got some feedback off the players. I think that's more important than anything else in this game right now, is getting as much feedback as possible. I'm not going to shit on everything they say. I'm going to just be honest with yeah, he's 21. That looks like a 22 there on the thumbnail. I can't confirm it because I don't want to go back off this video. As I say, I'm going to give it a few minutes and I'll start the video and then we can discuss what they talk, I suppose. CJ, do you want to come in? I can join the Discord if you want, but you might. It's going to be a bit hard to get you to hear it as well. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But yeah, I'm going to give it a few minutes, guys. I'm going to get some people in, see what goes on. I weren't planning this at all, guys. I didn't know they was going to drop it. So this is whether people even join me, to be fair. But I'm going to give it a rinse, see what happens, and we'll run with it. So CC21, I think they do discuss some of the cheats. Yo, Cassius, welcome, bro. And Caribbean, that's a new name to me. Yeah, go on, mate. I'll get you in, and then I've got to set up Discord. So come into the live streams. And then I'll screen share so you can hear it as well, hopefully. But yeah, I'm going to give it a few minutes, guys. I should have gone at 8 o'clock, but you know me, impatient. I'm not sure what to expect. Welshie, welcome, bro. That's a name I haven't seen for a while. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. I think I watched the first 10 seconds and Drake was talking about fucking dead bodies or something. So yeah, that was about all I got off that from it. And then I thought, fuck it, I'll do a live stream and see who turns up. Welcome, CJ. Welcome, CJ. Oh shit. Have you got YouTube on? But yeah, excuse me, guys. But yeah, I don't know what to expect. What you guys hoping from CC21? I'm kind of hoping walls more than anything else. A few more walls.
Well, every time they introduce a new CC, it's always upgrade, upgrade, upgrade.
As I say, I haven't watched none. Have you watched any of this yet?
No.
Right. Okay. So we're both
like
in
I
the same
said, I just saw the notification on my phone. I was just about to lay down. I was like, oh, what's this? Oh, here's something for Cindy. Let me check this out.
Yeah,
you know,
go on, mate. Sorry. Go on. Finish what you were saying.
I gotta watch and check you out.
That's fine. Hopefully you can hear the YouTube as well. What I'll do is I'll run the video, the Drake's Dungeon, and then I'll pause it at points where we can all discuss it, I suppose. I will get to that very shortly. Can you tell me if you can hear this? Can you hear that?
I can't. No.
You're going to have to watch the screen on Discord. I'm sharing my screen. If you watch that, you should be able to hear it.
Oh.
CC21, I'm expecting a new company to take over the game, but I'm betting not. I'm hoping from some reasonable fucking upgrades, not some of the shit that they put out last season or last CC. I think that's one of the big things I'm looking for. For me, the towers, bunkers, and strongholds.
Everything's probably going to get 5 more levels.
Yeah, but the 6-day
Just
upgrades
like
for one level was ridiculous on them.
You tell me.
Yeah.
The last CC upgrade was almost 12 days long. What is it going to be now? 20? You know what I mean? They're getting very ridiculous on their time.
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
Upgrading stuff.
Yeah, and it's just pushing players away. That's what I'm worried about with this. Right, I'm gonna let this play for a little while, and then I'll stop it when I feel we can discuss some things. I'm hoping everyone can hear what. Let me just check my OBS. Yeah, it should be all fine.
All right, welcome
Yeah, I can
out
hear it.
to Drake's Dungeon. It's been a while since we've done one of these. I want to say 4 or 5 months. So that means we have a lot of stuff to cover, because not only do we want to talk about some of the things that we've done the last few months for the game, but we also want to talk about what's on the horizon. We have Command Center 21 coming out. We got a whole bunch of awesome things that we haven't told you yet. So I'm going to save that for when our wonderful guests, Young Russell, our head of design, and Friendly Fixer, the head of the game, are here to talk about.
Fixer.
So, Young Russell, Friendly Fixer, welcome to the dungeon.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Don't mind the smell. It is a dungeon, so we got to keep it a little authentic. There are a few dead bodies here and there.
That's what I listened up to, guys. Basically, why is he talking about fucking dead bodies and as a smelly? He's got a smelly basement and shit.
Because it's Drake's dungeon, so he's trying to make it seem like he's actually in a dungeon.
But we know he's in his mum's basement, don't we?
Well, yeah.
It's a little quiet. Hang on, Cass. I'll turn it up a little bit. That should be better.
We will eventually have taken care of. But I want to jump right into stuff, because I think we have like 6 major topics that we want to talk about, and each one of those topics has things inside those topics. And so, yeah, we got a lot of stuff to just kind of cover. So obviously, this is the Command Center 21 podcast episode. So we're going to talk about Command Center 21 first. We're not going to bury that at all. So what new features can we expect with Command Center 21? And one question that I get all the time is, what's the situation with walls? Are we getting new types of walls? Are we getting new levels of walls? So I need all those answers. Go.
Thanks. Friendly Fixer here. I can answer some of those. We are focusing on what we were calling high value features for this one. We had a lot of ideas from the design team that we wanted to implement, but being a bit of a smaller team, we had to choose where we can get things done. And in this case, we chose a playable map size increase, base power rebalancing, and a platform and structure research mechanic.
Right. A bigger base, that sounds good to me. But does that mean they're going to sell some more base expansions along the road? That kind of threw me out there.
As much as the stuff they keep giving to us and putting in, yeah, they're going to have to give people that have basics, they're going to have to give them a free.
I'm more worried about.
Expansion.
I'm more worried about them trying to sell more of them to us. That's what bothers me the most about hearing that is they're going to expand our bases or expand the maps within the game, so that means our base as well. And in the same breath, they're going to give us another 7. What's it for it? Expansions. It's just another way to scam. And he said something about
money, money, money.
Let me just rewind that sec.
Let me get some more money out of you.
We're calling high value features for this one. We had a lot of ideas from the design team that we wanted to implement, but being a bit of a smaller team, we had to choose where we can get things done. And in this case, we chose a playable map size increase, base power rebalancing, and a platform and structure research mechanic.
Okay, those are 3, like you said, very big things. So I know we're going
to... Structure rebalance. That means everything's going to get set back to 0. You can bet your fucking ass it'd be generation 3 turrets and platforms. They're going to absolutely crucify us in this.
Oh,
It's a
they
reset.
better.
Same as what
Well,
they've
they
done with the
can.
Generation 2 platforms. Completely zeroed out our platforms and give us 10 more levels for them.
They better hope and pray they don't take my levels. I worked hard for those.
No, they're not going to take them. When you eventually, you're going to have to upgrade to probably Gen 2 and then Gen 3. And what it'll do is like what happened with between the normal platforms and Generation 1 platforms, them Generation 1 platforms or Generation 2, whatever they were called, they reset to level 1. That's what I can see happening there for 100%.
We're going to talk a little bit about the rebalancing base power and the expanding base size a little bit more with young Russell. But like, why? Like, this is not just new levels. This is completely like, you know, remaking a lot of the game mechanics, and that's not just a simple, you know, thing to do. Why are we considering these high value?
Because they do change the game. We've identified a few places where the game has gotten a little bit stale, where it has become easy for players to just say, this is the way you do it. And that doesn't provide interesting gameplay. We want choice. We want things to matter a little bit. So by...
For real, we want choice. We want things to matter. What about the choice of the shitty units they've been pumping out for the last 6 months? I've enjoyed maybe the unis and the Humvees the last 6 months. That's it. That's all I can think of. Maybe Foxhound. That's it. The rest of the units come before then. The ones that I like. Full of shit.
Increasing the map size, we provide more choice in physical location. By changing the way pace power is done, we provide more choice in the way players both build bases and approach bases. And this isn't just for player bases. It does also have an effect on rogue faction bases as well. Mm-hmm. The last one, the platform structure research, is actually a way of trying to simplify some mechanics in the game that have gotten a little out of hand related to Gen 2 buildings and how you research and create those.
Right. All right. Well, then what about walls? I mean, we teased.
Yeah, walls are a contentious
like
one. Internally, we love the walls. We wanted, this goes back years. I was in charge of trying to create.
Again, mate, sorry.
The walls, I don't know why they're worried about walls. Walls are useless. That's just something they could target to make splash damage from other.
With walls, what the problem is I think each individual wall is an individual sprite. And I remember way back when Kickstarter tried to make the walls 4 or 5 blocks wide. But all the players shit on that, and eventually they went, okay, we're not going to put that into the game. That was about 4 or 5 seasons, CCs ago. I don't know why I keep saying seasons. But to give us more walls, they'd have to give us extended. There'd have to be more than 1 block each, because the sprites cause lag onto the browser itself. Each individual sprite having to load in and everything else. I think that's the problem with walls and not being able to give us more of them. That's why they give us them structures, them great big power plants and all that, to try to. That was a way to compensate with the walls.
Well, to me, I took out all the walls, because if you have them setting close to anything major, like your platforms and stuff like that, all you have to do is hit that wall out, and the splash damage is going to take out the turret behind it.
Especially with some of the newer units, you're right. You are right. But
I took all my walls out because of that reason.
Oh no, I've got walls in my base for sure. They still do a job. The thing is, the walls were supposed to take a percentile of the splash damage off anything else that was behind it. So it kind of didn't work how Kickstarter intended it. And this, I don't think we're going to see any new walls. I don't know, but I don't think they will. Let's see what happens. I'm going to listen to a little bit more.
Create super walls, which some may remember, and that didn't happen for a variety of reasons. And then we came up with a new way of just cribbing Battle Pirates homework and making 2x2 walls, and that one almost made this release, but unfortunately hit the cutting room floor. So we would really like to revisit larger walls in the future, but it didn't make it for this Command Center release.
Mm-hmm. But we are getting at least so folks that are feeling like walls maybe are a little underpowered, we do have a new level of walls that are going to be coming out, so they
Yes,
will
we do.
be stronger, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, I know that anytime a command center comes around, there's always the questions of like, are we getting the super walls? Are we getting those? And so I definitely needed to address it. So no super walls, but we are going to have a new level for walls, along with additional health that just comes with, you know, command.
A new level of walls it's meaningless. Like what CJ you've just said, unless it does something like it takes the splash damage out of the units. A new level of walls is just more ammo for us to aim at to take out whatever's behind it.
Yeah.
It's kind of meaningless at this point.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm not liking this already.
And center upgrades in general, we usually up the health on buildings and things like that. So there will be
Things
some
they
new
should
life into the
concentrate
walls.
on, they
Hang on, mate,
don't.
hang on.
So
Oh shit.
Building power management.
What was you saying? Sorry, mate. I had the video playing as well.
What they need to be concentrating on and working on, they don't do shit for. Stupid shit like what they're doing now is what they concentrate on. Stupid shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's my opinion on that.
I want, like they said, the CC updates are becoming meaningless. That is a 21, by the way, in 22. They're completely meaningless at this point. So I'm hoping some of this update is something that carries through, not just for 6 months, you know, after the CC. I'm looking for it to carry on throughout the year till the next CC update. Because not every person or every player is going to coin everything to max straight off the bat. I'm one of them.
I think if when they do this upgrade, they unlock the fractions so you can use the fractions again, that would be a benefit.
I truly believe the factions, them getting rid of the factions took so much of the game away from me. Because I used to enjoy working out which faction for what event and, you know, what done best, what was worse.
Yep.
Yeah, silly of Kickstarter to remove that. Anyway, let's get on with it.
Screen. So you'll be able to overpower or underpower certain base defense elements. So you can either have a stronger defense, which will cost you more power, or a bit of a weaker defense, but you'll save on power. So you can customize where your power is going.
Right, hang on a second. Who the hell's going to fucking go for a less strong defense to save on power? Obviously, you want your base defense to be as strong as possible. You're not going to pick one or the other, are you? You're going to pick the strongest option available. So that's null and void. It's meaningless to the game.
Yep.
Have they thought this? Do they even play their own game? I know I've seen Friendly Fixers base posted somewhere.
If you could pull energy from buildings that are useless, pretty much, and direct that at the other ones that you or base defense wise, I think that'll be a plus, though.
Let me go back. Let me just go back and just listen to that again, because what you're saying makes sense, and I don't think they're thinking that way.
And we've basically, we've totally gone from scratch on that. We've rebalanced the power plants so that the choice of which one you have actually means a little bit more. And the most important thing, in my opinion, is we've added a new screen, the building power management screen. So you'll be able to overpower or underpower certain base defense elements. So you can either have a stronger defense, which will cost you more power, or a bit of a weaker defense, but you'll save on power. So you can customize where your power is going. If you want to overdrive certain elements and underdrive certain elements, you can do that. The idea is that we want to allow players to take risks by using more dangerous power plants, but getting more defense power in exchange. We've also changed the effects of being underpowered. So instead of it just being a simple, you're either over or underpowered, and then if you're underpowered, the percent of damage your turrets do is decreased, whatever. We now have a 4-stage system that is very easy to understand. If you can see what stage things are at, and go from there. Each stage has its own list of debuffs that it applies to your base, so it should be a lot of fun learning, and it should be a lot of fun playing around with and customizing things, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and having a really good chance to make your base defense feel very personalized.
Right, okay, that kind of makes sense. What you said there is pretty much what they're saying is you can pick if you want a turret to be less powerful, you would drain. What it sounds like to me, you would drain the power go into that turret.
You can adjust that, just the one turret. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's one turret or a group. It might be like the group of turrets, and then give more power to the heavy turrets or whatever. Hopefully it's individual, but the way they're talking, it's 4 stage, so you got 4 things to pick from. So you pick either you overpower the turrets or the heavy turrets, or you overpower the bunkers or strongholds or watchtowers. I think that's interesting to. Yeah, that's something that I can get.
That's going to be very interesting when it actually the date comes out and we can actually see what they're talking about.
Yes, I truly believe that it's one of them things we're getting. He's kind of give us a picture, but not a full picture.
That's going to be another show for you to do live.
CC
show when that
21
when that actually comes out with all these other things, to be able to try to get people to understand what they're actually talking about on here.
My biggest problem is that I refuse to put the sort of money that Kickstarter want for a CC update into it, so I won't. I can only discuss the information that Kickstarter give us to hand. I'm not gonna. I can't justify the money in this.
I'm not saying to spend money, but for like what the power plants, the 4 stage, what would all the different little knickknacks and stuff that they're putting in.
Yeah. For sure. On the 11th, we'll be live for that, definitely. When the CC drops, 100%. Right, let's carry on.
Cool.
Hopefully it's
that is kind of cool.
Yeah,
I like
instant.
No, it ain't going to be instant, mate. You're dreaming, ain't you?
Right.
There's going to be a coin element in everything they put into this game.
If they would actually do a thorium-based CC upgrade with resources and thorium, so it's instant, or maybe a less of a time, because the last one, like I said, was 11 days. That's going to be crazy. It's going to be like 15 days or what
for the
now?
CC? No, the CC's never been 15 days.
No, I'm saying the last one was 11 days, almost 12.
No, 6 or 7.
Yeah. No.
I think I'm on the last one on my out. Hang on. Let me just check.
That was a long ass upgrade, brother. I remember that.
Mate. I've just done it. I've either just done it or my alt was is a level behind. I just want to check.
Pretty sure it was 11.
I know, I maxed it. I did max it. Nah, it wasn't that long. 6 or 7 days. It was about 400 coin, I think. 300 coin. Anyway, moving forward. Where's that gone?
The whole system management too, because I know that a lot of people try to make their base a little stronger by having less buildings and things like that, and this kind of gives that chance to play around a little bit with that management. Yeah. Fixer, is there anything you wanted to add to that?
Yeah, for sure. As Russell said, the system was simple. That was its defining trait. And in some ways, that was good. But you either had enough power or you don't. And that simplicity kind of made it nearly meaningless. Buildings consumed roughly the same amount of power. So if you're blasting through a base and destroying buildings as you go towards the power plants, you're reducing the power requirements of the base as you go. So by the time you got to the power plant to destroy it, the power plant was already superfluous. It just produced extra power.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, the mechanic was incredibly simple. It just reduced the firing speed of all of the turrets. And that, yes, it does reduce the amount of damage coming out, but that's, again, really simple. We wanted something that was more nuanced, that had a way to show power was consumed in different ways by different buildings and by the choices you made about those buildings. And it really ultimately leads us with a much more interesting mechanic for when power is not available, for when you have a power failure.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see a lot of
I don't quite understand that. So if we kill a power plant, it don't necessarily mean the turrets fire slower. It's kind of throws everything out the window that we already know, because we know how important power plants are. But in the same breath, the turrets that the power plants were powering, the turrets themselves, they really didn't have a lot of power to begin with. So even if you reduce the power, we're not going into a base to kill the power plants. We're going in the base to kill the CC, the backup bastion, and the go-go bar. They're the most important 3 buildings there. So bringing the power plants back into play, I think that might be a good idea. It gives us another target.
What he was also saying is, like, when you destroy buildings, that should put your power up more. And it wasn't. You were losing power by hitting the buildings. You were actually losing power.
Yes, but
why would you lose power? Your power should go up, because you don't have no energy going to those, so it should overpower your turrets and anything else that's standing up.
But the argument still stands. The turrets in the game right now, as they stand, no one even fucking worries about them. You're not. If I'm going into a base, I'm not picking up turrets, because I know they're not doing that much damage to me PvP units. I'm going for the CC. I'm going for the go-go bar. I'm going for the backup bastion, tactical backup bastion, I think it's called, or where it spawns them last stands. Yeah, I'm not worried about a turret, and then it's units after that.
Well, I understand that. I'm saying, like, when you go in a base, if you destroy one building, okay, that's one building you're not putting power to. So your power should go up as buildings are being destroyed going in.
Yeah, they did. Your power did. If you kill buildings around, like, I see what you're saying now.
So that's what he was saying. Yeah, that it wasn't.
Yeah, no. If you kill a power plant, you lose power to the turrets.
Oh yeah, that way, yeah. But if you're destroying buildings before you get to that power plant per se, your power should go up for everything else.
Yes, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what they're doing is they're making the power plants more viable, like Cassius just said. They're going to be a high priority target when you're going into a PvP base, or even an event base. They're going to be high priority. They're going to be one of the things you've got to pick them off to be able to then get them turrets down to under power. I think that's what they're saying anyway.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I see a lot of bases now where power plants are kind of all in a really protected area, and I think this is going to have a lot of people maybe spreading out their power plants more. So if they lose one, they're not completely handicapped because of this new tier system of the debuffs. So like having it all next to each other might be kind of a bad thing. It could be a bad thing now.
Power plants side by side.
Well, I normally have them I normally have them on the spawn spots. So if the units get close enough on overdrive, they can.
Yeah, but I have them separated around. I don't have the way he's talking. Like, you have them all in one clumped area. What if I would hit that and you lost all power to everything?
8 days for CC 2020 was, so I wasn't far off. Irene just said that. CC 20 was 8 days upgrade, and I think it was about 3,500 coin. Yeah, so the power plant thing is interesting. There's some interesting stuff here. I'm not going to lie.
A bit more spread out with some of the strategies, along with that bigger, base footprint that we're going to be talking about in a second. I think it's going to add a lot more options, a lot more fun to play around with.
Yeah, one thing that keeps coming back for me is the meaning of the word meta, which is most effective tactic available. And right now with power, there is only one meta. Have power plants, put them in one spot, and ignore and forget about them. And with this, it means that as new units are released, as new strategies are developed by players, the meta will shift. It may be, as you say, the best plan is to spread power plants out, choose the highest damage mechanic in your power configuration, and go from there. or it might be that actually is suboptimal. And we're excited to find out how that goes.
Nice. Well, let's talk about
They're guessing.
Uh-huh.
I believe there's going to be, like with the reason why they got rid of the factions is because there was one faction that was just much more powerful than the other. Before they changed it, it was the survivors. After they changed the factions, it was the Sentinels because they got a 10% right or 10% range. Everything they do is one's more powerful than the other. They need to make it so it's very, very balanced, and picking one over the other is a big question mark instead of making one just way OP.
What I liked about it is what at the very bottom you could see what units were in that fashion, and if you use majority of that one fashion, it was smart to use that fashion as your
Sentinels. Survivors was my go-to faction because he got 100% damage Warlust. And then after they changed the factions, it went to Sentinels because they got a 10% more range, which made the range of Sentinels ridiculous. And that's the reason why they got rid of them, because they didn't even the factions out. They didn't make sure one faction was just as powerful as the other, and it was a big question mark which one you go with. Yo, Mr. King, welcome, bro. And Irene, Cheeky Monkey, Antu, Cassius, Lewis, welcome, bro. Gambo as well. Nice to see a few faces in there tonight. Right, I'm going to carry on. You got anything more you want to say before I push play?
Nope, go ahead.
The base expansion thing. So we're expanding bases. This has actually been a request that I've seen from players for a long time, that they want to have a bigger footprint. So Russell, what do you got for me here on the base expansions?
So this is one that I'm really excited about. Way back when War Commander came out, our units were absolutely tiny, and so our battles felt massive in scale, very spacious, lots of room to maneuver. Over the years, as I'm sure players have noticed, our units have gotten quite a lot larger. Maybe there's too much thorium in the water, and our battles have started to feel pretty cramped, clown car-ish almost. So we're expanding the battle map size, or at least having some maps be bigger. Player bases will have this bigger map size, and so they'll have more. Attackers will have more room for tactics and flanking. Defenders will have a bit more room to place their defenses, and then eventually we hope to roll this out to rogue faction bases as well, so we can tell a more interesting story via level design. We can have bigger scale battles on some of the bigger maps, and there's a lot of things that we can do that we are going to be planning out pretty soon, so I'm very excited about it.
I just want to stop that there. I think I know what they're going to do with this expanded space footprint, or the expanded base map. I think they're going to put everyone back to exactly the same size, so your previous expansions won't. Basically it's like a reset of and then they resell them to us for profit. Was that something you guys can get behind?
I think what he might also be talking about is the not the base expansion for where you can build, but how big of a base you can see.
But basically the map's going to be wider, so when you come in with a tome, you're not necessarily going to get hit on spawn, which is a good thing. So you can maneuver your units into position and then go rush the base. Hang on, I'm going to burp. But I believe everyone's going to get the same size footprint to begin with. So previous base expansions won't carry over, I think. And they're going to you're going to have to rebuy. That's what I'm trying to get at. Is that it's a way of them resetting that to make another purchase to get that expansion bigger.
I hope not, because then the people that already spent are pretty much asked out what we spent on base expansion.
It's a new generation. It's a new generation of map. It's not continuous. I can understand it. It's going to give everyone the same foothold, but like you said, I haven't got the full expansion, but I think I've got 5 or 6.
I did 3. That was more than enough. Maybe one more, like 4 expansions would be ideal. But anything over that is pretty much you're just throwing stuff wherever then,
Yeah,
if you know what I
I
mean.
I nearly done it the other day, got the last one, but then I remembered TC20 and what um, Friendly Fixers mentioned the start of the year. He said about the expanded maps, and I thought I better not, just in case they decide to put everyone back to the same amount, the same space.
Make the CC a floating CC so the Orions
Yeah,
can't hit it.
not really not interested in a floating CC. I don't think that's it's funny, it's cool. I think some players will enjoy it, but I'm happy with mine being on the
I
ground
would have it floated just so the Orions can't hit it.
or
It
the
would give
unis. You
you
mean?
more of a defense then,
It gives us
because you'd
choice.
have
You're
to
right. It gives us
give us
options.
certain units. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's move forward.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. I'm completely excited for this one. The defending players get a base expansion, which is always great. Attacking players get the ability to have more space to deploy without being immediately under fire, both in player bases and then eventually in the rogue faction bases. But part of the reason I'm excited for this is it's resolving a technical issue that we've been struggling with the whole time. And that's that it's not simply just doubling the map size. If you increase the size in both dimensions, you quadruple the amount of data that's involved. And that's not just downloading for players, like downloading the image size of that big background, but also all of the data that the battle servers have to manage. And we didn't go with a full doubling of everything, but I am quite happy with where we've landed in terms of providing a lot more space for players and for rogue faction design, as well as keeping it within a reasonable limit for the battle servers.
Nice. And yeah, like I think that this is going to like along with like that power discussion too. Like it's going to change the way people just plan out their bases. Like they're like you were kind of saying with the powers. Like there was one meta, and now there can be multiples, and that this adds another layer to that. As well. It's just like we're going to see new original base designs. The tried and true methods that people have been using might not always be the best thing anymore, or you might be able to find some new creative things that work better when you have more of that space to play with. So yeah, this is gonna be cool. I'm very excited about that. I
just want to stop it there. Whenever Drake says this is going to be cool, normally it's shit. I promise you a dime to a dollar. If he says it's going to be cool, it will 100% be shit.
Want to touch on one thing that I realized we didn't talk about before this, but we're talking about the changing up of the turrets and how the structure is going to go, but that also includes a new resource that we're adding into the game that's going to be kind of replacing a currently existing resource.
I heard someone mention this on the Discord the other day. What was it? Iridium? Something like that.
Yeah.
They were calling it. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see what they've got to say about that.
And I mean, we don't necessarily need to go into all the details about it, but if we could briefly, young Russell, just kind of tell us a little bit about like how the overview of this change is going to be with these turrets and this resource.
Yeah, of course. The biggest change for this is that we're going to be adding a new resource to the game called Iridium. This will be your base resource. So if anything involved in upgrading buildings, we're going to be looking at converting it to being used in bastions as well. So anything involved.
Hang on.
Your base resource. So if anything involved in upgrading buildings, we're going to be looking at converting it to being used in bastions as well. So
what does he say there? Fashions or factions?
Mm-hmm. Fashions.
What's a fashion?
The fashions are what they fucking took away from us, Sydney. Those are different factions.
Factions. He didn't sound like he said factions. He didn't
said
say faction. No, it was like he mumbled.
And upgrading buildings. We're going to be looking at converting it to being used in bastions as well.
Fashions.
So
He doesn't say factions.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
factions.
he meant factions, and it was just a slip of the tongue. But does that mean factions are coming back or what? Maybe I'm reading into this way too deep. Yeah.
Only hope.
Bastions. He said bastions. Fucking hell. We're both as deaf as a doornail. Bastions. He never said bastions. Let me get
Didn't
that.
sound like he said it.
He sounded like he was trying to say factions, but he said fashions.
And upgrading buildings. We're going to be looking at converting it to being used in bastions as well. So anything involved in base defense will be Iridium.
Bastions, yeah.
We'll be having new bases on the world map that you can farm Iridium at. And we'll have plenty available, so you won't be at a loss for that.
I wonder if they're going to have.
So this is going to replace
Thorium
like.
first came out.
I asked that again because they wouldn't have been able to hear you.
I hope they don't make that like they did the first time they brought thorium bases out. Everybody's going to fight over uranium bases. Then
yeah, they should 100% make them depots. Bring back the old fucking arguing over a fucking thorium depot or a iridium depot again. That made the game fun. You could fall out with a whole clan over a fucking depot.
Oh yeah.
I can't help it, Cassius. When he said faction, it sounded like factions to me. I do apologise, guys. I got excited there for a second.
Like cores and like the those lab.
He don't even know what they're called. What is it? Cores? Come on, guys, help me out.
For the developers and whatever and mods and stuff that these people are. They are stuttering an awful lot.
Because they're confusing some of the names of stuff. That's what I'm worried about. I don't think some of these guys are just working on War Commander. I don't think they're split. So they're getting pulled off to Battle Pirates, or they're getting pulled off to VGA Conflict or Rogue Assault. And that's why they're confusing the language. I think. I may be wrong. Yo, CIA. Welcome, brother.
Well, we know Battle Pirates was definitely one because they brought that up.
Yeah.
Requirements as well as like Gen 2.
Yeah, exactly.
So instead of having like 3 or 4 different resources to manage, we're kind of converting it all into one resource. And instead of having multiple bases on the map to hit, like the advanced materials bases and the bastion bases, it's just going to be one material that you need to get now. Only one material that you need to earn on the map that's going to be kind of used across the board with this new system.
That's it.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And just so you guys know that when Iridium bases are launched, from when the command center goes live,
I can hear them fucking the developers tell it like going, shut the fuck up, you're giving them too much information, and Drake keeps just going on and on and on.
On September 11th to the end of September, we're going to have those bases on the map every day. So where it's most crucial, where people are trying to upgrade everything as fast as they can with all the new stuff that's coming out, we're going to make sure that, for the back half of September, that there is going to be plenty of available time for you to get those resources, and they're going to be all over the map the entire rest of the month. So, and then after that, we're going to be going to more of a kind of a traditional cadence. But just want to make sure you guys know that they're going to be very readily available once CC21 comes out.
So they are going to make them for the first month. They're going to be plentiful, but after that, it sounds like they're going to reduce them down to a slower drop or on certain days of
Yeah,
the week.
like every other day to
But
like
then-
every 3 days.
What you got to imagine is it's one resource rules them all. So they're removing a bunch of the other resources and making that resource more important for a lot of different things. It's not like we can. So, for instance, now we're hitting thorium resources, metals, bastion bases, advanced materials. They're
Yeah,
kind of
they're
combining a lot of that into one thing and then making it rare. Eventually. Yeah, that's crazy.
So that at least the resource thing is a plus, because then you don't gotta go out get bashed, and you don't have to go get this resource or that resource. You just gotta get one in it, and it builds everything.
Yeah, it sounds like it. But if they do make it rare, that could start arguments. I just want to say a few more hellos. Welcome, Andrew. I think how I pronounce it, I'm not sure. Faddy. Hopefully, I ain't destroying your name, mate. I'm not trying to. George, welcome, bro. Georgie, welcome, bro. Nice to see you there. Is there anything more you want to add before I hit play?
Go for it.
All right, so we've done a lot over the last few months with fair play. That's been a big topic that we've been focusing on. We've been putting a lot of our.
They haven't done a lot. I can promise you they haven't done a lot for fair play. Right now, the scripts are still in the game. Overpowered gold boosts that people, I believe, people are purchasing more. I've seen a picture of it. In fact, they're purchasing more gold boosts than they should be able to somehow. Like, I think they're doubling up every single boost in the game. So let's hope some of that gets fixed today, or not today. Why are they even leaving it for CC21 to announce this? This should have been announced months ago. Should it not?
Yeah.
Right.
They should. Their main focus should have been getting rid of the script players. Period.
Scripts. The problem is innocent players are getting flagged for it, and I can tell, right? I can say right now, hand on my heart, at least 2 out of 5 people that hit me are using scripts. So that tells me all I need to know. Scripts are still in the game, and you can tell the scripts because it's so fucking blatant. I had a guy come into my Discord one morning or one afternoon, I can't remember when, and he was going on about, oh, look, these players are protecting that player and they're different clans and they're blah, blah, blah. And he said, they're all using scripts. The next breath he goes, do you want to see the script I made? And I went, bro, I don't get involved with that. I said, I'm going to have to fucking kick you. And I kicked him. I'm not going to mention his name. I can't even remember his name. But I kicked him from the server because it's not something I want to see, or I don't want anything to do with it, you know? Last time I got involved with that, I got myself fucking banned.
I remember that.
When the guys come in, they showed me what they could do with the cheats, and they were showing me all these fucking, I'm not getting involved with that again, you know?
And you're the one who got punished for it.
Yeah. Just to try to fucking show that this is going on. Right, moving forward.
Our time.
I think it's because you hurt Kick-Size feelings by showing it live.
Their way of approaching things is deny.
Yep.
And they call the players
deny that.
They call the players liars. And when the players come with concrete proof and it's something they don't want to see, they run away, they hide. That video got fucking copyright striked as well.
Yes, they actually have to do their job. And they don't want to do their job, plain and simple.
There's one thing they've got to fix in this game. Scripts. Get that ball running. I don't want to hear that they've introduced some bullshit thing that if you click too much, you're going to get flagged. That's bullshit. I want to hear that the scripts are no longer available in the game.
That would be awesome.
Definitely. Right, let's see what he's got to
make
say.
It fair play for us. Yes.
No, go on. Finish what you were saying. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. Go for it. Before we get off subject.
That even before these last couple of months, we've been putting a lot of effort into it. And I know that, Fixer, you wanted to kind of talk about a little bit about the history of what we've been doing, what we've done so far, and still some of the things that we're working on, because we're not done yet. We still have more that we want to do.
Exactly.
So I wanted to, turn it over to you on that.
Sure. Yeah. History. When I first joined Kixeye, I actually did a search on War Commander because, you're going for a new job and you want to know a little bit about the product and things that they do. And hilariously,
My name come up top of that list for 100%. One of my videos was top of his Google search.
the first
Sorry, that's just me getting a big head there. Do apologise.
Google response was how to cheat in War Commander, which it's been a number of years, so that's not super surprising. At the time, the game was rather client authoritative, as we call it. And over the years, we've cleared a lot of those things out. But it's also a bit of an arms race between the people that profit off of cheating, and they've explored more ways to cheat and exploit. So we've continued that arms race, and we will continue it.
Yeah. Well,
I
and
think the
that's
dungeon has something in the background. I might have to go and just.
That was his dog in the background. He's working from home.
And I can tell you this much: the script guys are winning over them.
Oh, of course they are. Of course, I had a guy come in and he said, "Look," he said to me in my Discord, he said, "Do you want to see the script that I made?" That tells me all I need to know. If some Joe Blogs comes in and he wants to show his script off, how many people are making these? You'll probably find hundreds. And you can, and they do. And he's right. They sell it for profit.
If you went to college for computer problem solving and web designs and stuff, you can make scripts in fucking easy.
You can. I get it. You can. Some people are really quick. I'm not saying script quick, but some people are pretty quick. And But I'm an old boy now. I'm saying old boy. I'm middle aged. My reaction time isn't what it used to be 10, 15 years ago when I first started playing, or 12 years ago. So I've slowed down over time. So sometimes I call things out and I'm probably wrong. But I can see a script a mile away. Because all the air comes in at one time and it fans out. It's the easiest thing to fucking see.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded like that was it. That was all he was going to discuss about the cheats. Is he Googled it one time when he was in band camp. This one time in band camp, fucking hell. Let's see if they say anything else. You got anything you want to add, mate?
Nope, go for it.
Murder for a minute, but we'll try and ignore that.
I have a dog who is very excited to be on the show. So yes, I do apologize for him. Yeah. Well, okay, so yeah, it's we've had a history with it. And it is a kind of a game of whack-a-mole, but we're getting ahead of it in a way recently that we haven't really done before. So what are the things that we've been doing over the last couple of months that we've been focusing on?
So this time we did something a little different than the previous times. Before, we would look at reports that we would get, internal metrics on cheating, and look at things that damaged the product and would say, let's fix those things. In this case, we did something different by asking players to tell us where the problems were. And we got a large list of things. We ranked that list by importance to the player base. And then ranked that list by what could we reasonably accomplish within the time we were able to dedicate to it. We didn't get everything we wanted, but our focus was the main thing. Try to get player-facing fair play, cheating and exploits corrected. And that's also where we changed our focus or changed our metric a little bit. Instead of just trying to fix it all and say, your cheater's banned, you've been exploiting, you're banned, we wanted to try and address it in a bit more of a holistic way. Looking at it to say, is this something that actually should have been a feature in the game in the first place? Mm-hmm. And we're going to continue to try to do that, where when we see something that players are trying to do, we need to look at it is this actually unhealthy for the game? Or is it only unhealthy because only some people get to do it?
Mm-hmm. Like the additional ability to spread out your units.
But the problem is they're never going to do it as good as what the fucking script, the creators of the script doing. If Kixeye give us anything that's similar to a script, it's never going to be anywhere close to what the actual people creating these scripts do. Because their only goal, their only focus is getting that script 100% perfect. every single time, where they're literally splitting the units, and each individual unit is going to an individual building or target to take out, so then they can come in with their grand. That's something Kickstarter's never going to give us.
Yep.
So in a way, what they're saying is mute and void, because give us a half-hearted spread of units. It doesn't nullify the fact that these players are individually targeting different things with when they click that button to implement the script. We've all seen it. We've all seen hundreds of videos of the players doing that, where they spread the units, they come in, it'll target the bunkers, it'll target the CC, it'll target the go-go bar, and it'll target your tactical backup bastion.
Mm-hmm.
All in one button click. Kickstarter are never going to give us anything like that. So we don't. What's the point of having a spread mechanic when it doesn't do what the actual OG one does? It doesn't do it. That's kind of fucking worries me. Manus, welcome. Go on, mate.
Well, I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that they think that just giving us a mechanic we had a mechanic that spread units, the X key, and they over time Kickstarter nullified that so badly that X key no longer does anything. It literally moves the units a millimeter a fucking either way. So, they give us something in one breath, and in 6 months' time they say, oh, we're losing too much money with this. We're going to have to take it back off them.
Yep.
It's dirty. It's dirty, and it don't make no fucking sense. You happy to move on?
Yep.
Things like that. Yeah.
And some of the macro actions on the world map that players were doing has now allowed us to add the attack a base without joining the battle. Building repairs, where there were scripts to allow for exploiting some of the cheaper ways to replace buildings. We've managed to now change it so that the entire base is significantly cheaper. Those kinds of things where...
Are these guys on drugs? They were making it so the buildings are automatically repaired 100%, every single building in the base. But don't worry, Kickstarter give us a half-hearted, we're going to let you repair some stuff for free, but the more important buildings to defend your base are going to still take an hour. You can't. That's not a compromise. They've got a 100% repair nullified, 0 seconds with a macro or a script or whatever you want to call it, a cheat, or you use Kickstarter's way, and you've got to wait an hour to have your bunkers to repair, your turrets, platforms, and everything else. Your go-go bar, all the important buildings are still an hour to repair. But don't worry, you can do it for a little bit cheaper than what it was before. How much? Has anyone checked? I've never checked. How much is your base to repair if you get 100% flat and you go in and out of your base and check the repair time?
Like 54 coin.
So it's $5. $5 for us that play legit, or free for the players that use alternative motives. Ulterior motives. That don't make sense, does it?
Nope.
They're frustrating me already. They think they're giving us something when they haven't. They've took more away than they've give. I'm just going to go to the toilet, mate. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think Kickstarter works on a lot of dumb stuff that is non-void for us that are real players, and I think they just cater to the script users, to be honest, because a lot of the guys that use coins and gold a lot are getting banned, while the script user is still running around without a worry or care. Like, I seen some already openly admit it and don't care.
No, most of them don't, mate.
I don't do nothing about it.
It's frustrating at the least. It's frustrating that they get I think they 100% understand what's going on, and what they're doing is they're looking at it and saying, how can we capitalize on this? Oh, we can give them cheaper repair time. So instead of, and don't get me wrong, repairing your base back in the day was expensive. but 50 coins compared to 0 coin. They've just said they're not going to ban people for using that. There's no longer it's no longer criminal to use them, because according to them, it's not the way they want their game to be played. It's frustrating.
I don't even think they know how they want the game to be played anymore.
I think they're winging it. Another thing, like the cheats can remove all trophies from your base. Is that something they're going to add into the game? That you can toggle on and off the trophies? In that case, what's the point of the fucking trophies in the first place? They're no longer viable to buy. There's no point in getting a trophy if it ain't going to stay in your base when you're under attack. I've seen players they remove the CC from the attack so they can see under it. I mean, completely remove the CC. That was on the video that I got banned for.
I got hit by one that fucking took all my units. When I went to send units to go attack back, all my units disappeared. The only thing I had in my units were my dominators that you put around your base.
That reminds me as well.
That happened to me.
Yeah, I heard someone come in and said that someone hit them and it deleted all their fucking units.
Yeah, that's what it did to me.
It was you, wasn't it? It completely deleted everything in your game. And did you ever get them back?
I got them back because I went and spent 67 blood Thor to get thorium, so I could build everything back. But when Kickside finally went and came around and gave me my units back, but then they didn't stop my upgrades because I had what was 1,600 and some odd days on upgrades for like heroes because they take 5-6 days. Like all that was being built because I was rebuilding everything, and they gave me my units back, but the buildings was producing all of them all over again. So I would have had double of everything, and then they would have banned me for saying I cheated.
Yeah, it's dirty of them.
So I lost all the thorium I went and wasted because I had to delete everything I was building because otherwise I would have had double of heroes.
Dear me. I see another video this morning. The guy attacked from 1 o'clock. He had one toon in this guy's base. He attacked from 1 o'clock. He deployed one Humvee from the 1 o'clock position, and then his full squad coming from the 3 o'clock position.
Yep, I seen that done already.
That
one toon attacking, and they were attacking from 2 different sides.
And they've got one toon in your base.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot that Kickstarter, they seem to think we're silly, and they just can mention the basic stuff without actually going into detail and explaining what they're going to do about it. It's crazy. Welcome, TJ. Let's move on because we're going to spend too long discussing this otherwise.
Instead of just saying, how do we stop this or prevent it or ban people that do it, but how do we fold this into the game in a healthy way?
Yeah. Now, there are some things that we still have on our list that we haven't been able to get to.
Yes, definitely. The biggest one is stealth units. That one turned into a giant nested mess spread across the entire code base. We do have some plans about how we might address it, but it's not a simple fix. So that one's going to take more time. It is something that we're going to continue to work on, but we didn't get it in the initial round of fixes.
Right. And there's also, I mean, a plenty of other things too that we want to rebalance in the future as well. Like, because we're not looking at fair play as just exploits and things like that. We're looking at it as like, is the game fair? So like, what are some other things that we're looking at like rebalancing later on in the future?
One of the ones is around the way platoon repairs are accomplished. Right now, there are some minor exploits around that, and they mostly hurt the game itself, not the other players. But the fact that players feel the need to pursue those exploits and the way repairs are punished at the ends of battles, that's something that we're looking at. I can't get into a lot of details right now because we haven't made decisions, but it is something that we are definitely looking at. The fact that repairs in general don't always seem very fair.
Mm-hmm. And and you know, it's we're always wanting, we're in a state right now where we really want to start thinking about these old mechanics and like, are they really, who are they serving? And I think it's stuff that's on our mind, stuff that we're working on. And when it comes to the exploits that are still out there, that is still currently exist, if you're on Discord, feel free to DM me if you have any actual information about how it's done. I always pass that stuff along to the game teams. And a lot of times that has led us to being able to fix some of those things from happening. So if you are hearing this and you know how some of these things are done, I mean, I'll keep you anonymous from the community. You're safe. You're safe in my dungeon. That sounds weird. I don't know if I should have said that. Huh, weird. All right, but you're still safe. And you can pass me the information and I'll make sure that our engineers get it and try to take a look at it. So yeah, we can try to just speed up the process of making things a little bit more fair.
Can you pause that a
So
minute?
understand.
You might.
That is a straight lie from Drake. I tried messaging them before, and you know what they did to me? Banned me from their Discord. I can no longer get on their Discord at all.
That's a running theme with them, mate. When it's something that they don't want to hear or they don't understand, they run for the hills. That's Kickstarter 101. They always have been the same. From the forums to the Discord, nothing's changed. You know, you say anything negative towards the company or the game itself, chances are they're gonna boot you. And basically they're not understanding the frustration of the player that's coming to them, and it's sad.
Yep.
Most
that's
of
all
it,
I want.
I just want to answer that what CIA just said. Most of their stuff is made by AI now, mate. The actual design of units, the design of the artwork. If you go onto the War Commander Facebook page, they've got a video of the newest unit, the one we got last event. I forget its name. Orpheus. It's 100% AI made. 100%. I don't know what AI they're using. I'd love to know. But it's AI. Go on, mate. Sorry, what was you going to say?
Nothing. I
No,
was agreeing with you.
I thought you just...
And I also recently learned through some of my extracurricular reading that dungeons have safe rooms.
Yes. Just so you know, Fixer and I are big Dungeon Crawler Karl fans, and we take up a lot of our meetings.
No one gives a fuck what they do in their spare time. I want to know about the game. I don't want to know about their crawling up each other's fucking asses.
Meetings
They're
of the
twirling
entire
each other's
team,
nipples
just he and I
tickling
talking
their
about.
buttholes.
Fucking hell. You know, honest to God, just talk about the game. Just tell us information about the game. That's what we're here for. I know they're what they're trying to do is humanize themselves. They're trying to make themselves look. We are vulnerable. We have got these things we like doing. I like fucking wallpaper in fucking basements and shit, and whatever else they like doing in their spare time. But no one's there for that. Stick to the fucking plan.
About it. So if you haven't read that series, go ahead and read that series. It's great. So one of the biggest concerns that we see from the community is how hard it is to get caught up and really engage in the current events. You know, feeling like if you take a break, you're going to be too far behind, or if you come back to the game, there's just too much stuff. We've made some changes already to address that with like the supply depot bases. But there's a lot more that we're thinking about and working on. So I definitely want to give Russell a chance to kind of talk about from a design angle some of the things that we're thinking about.
Thank you. Yeah, so we added the supply depots recently, and that was our first step in creating a larger ladder to get players from being new or coming back after a while and getting them up to, you know, the metagame, the most recent stuff, and having them be able to play and have viable platoons and all that. We're in the late planning stages of an event redesign that should alleviate a lot of the barrier to entry issues I can't say too much about it because we're still finalizing some of the parts of it. But in addition to creating more of a ramp that players can use to get quote unquote caught up with, we are also hoping to expand the types of things players can do in an event. I know that our events have been shrinking a bit over the past few years and simplified in a way, and so we're hoping to not obviously not go back to having 16 separate bases they have to go through again, but
even back in the day there was like north of 60-80 bases sometimes in an event.
So we're gonna be offering some more types of gameplay. Nothing that crazy, but we'll hopefully be offering some more types of gameplay. So if you get bored of doing one set, there should be another thing that you can do in the meantime, and then hop back around. More of like a theme park that you can attend to, as opposed to a movie watch.
Yeah, I think that's a.
I think that's I like what he's saying there. Kind of. Bringing some more stuff into the game, more different things to do outside of events. There's going to be a couple of new bases on the map, that's for sure. That'll be the Iridium and things like that. We are live, by the way, Sandra. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's interesting. If you watch my thing on Discord, you'll be able to hear it.
I'm sorry, I just came home and I'm stuffing my face.
Stuff your face, then it's okay. I'm going to continue playing this video.
A great way to put it, because it's important to note, while I can't go into a lot of details yet because we're still finalizing things, the idea is to have a couple different paths that people can go in, and they're not stuck to those paths through the entire event. They might be able to spend some time on.
I just came back from the doctor and I have carpal tunnel in my right hand.
Ah, right. Too much playing War Commander.
It must have been on the computer.
One ride, and then once they've got what they need from it,
I can put on that.
Sandra, we're listening. If you watch my thing, we're listening to a video of Drake's Dungeon.
Sorry.
No, you're all right.
That ride, they can go to another ride, and experience the event in different ways. So try to provide a lot of different opportunities for people to get caught up, but also participate and then also excel. So a lot of different ways to do that. Anything you want to add to that, Fixer?
Just a small amount. We do have a fairly comprehensive set of changes that we're designing for the beginning of the game, but also for what I like to call the missing middle of the game. However, we don't have a lot we can talk about right now. We're still in a fairly high level planning for those. And a lot of our focus for extra features beyond the command center itself is on getting a release on Steam, which we can talk about in a little bit later.
Right. Yeah, that's a big thing too that I get a lot of questions about over the last couple of months. So yeah.
I'm worried about that Steam, the them going and taking the game to Steam, because what is their excuse going to be? Because when you load up the game in Steam, you load up the clientele, but a lot of it's saved on to our computers. They can't blame the browser's limitations on the game anymore. So it will, or the player's computer, because in Steam it's completely different to a browser. As long as you've got the corresponding GPU, graphics card, and RAM, and obviously CPU. You'll be fine running this game. There's no excuses for Kickstarter to say it's your fault. It's your computer. That's why it's doing this. They lose all that part of the game because they can no longer fucking blame the players. It's their poor coding, their poor servers that they've purchased, not having enough servers ready when an event comes live. That will be all down to them. And that's going to produce a lot of negative feedback on Steam when you give a review of the game. That's worrying.
And then a lot they have. Oh shit! I gotta go look. There's someone came in my house.
No worries, mate. Go on. Yeah, that's worrying. Big time worrying that they can. I like the fact they're going to Steam, but I'm a bit scratching my head. They can't no longer blame us for our computers. They can't. Because it's the Steam clientele. It's if you're running one game in it, you're running that game. You're not running a browser that can have 20 tabs open.
People are definitely looking for an update. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Before we get to that, though, because that
You know what that dog barking reminded me of? The one and the war dog. I miss that. I do miss him.
is kind of a what's in the future of War Commander kind of discussion. The immediate future is coming up, which is October, which means Nightmare, which is probably our most popular time of the year for the game. Zombies, monsters, all that kind of fun stuff. So, Young Russ,
I can call it now. One event, and it'll be skirmish. They ain't gonna do a monthly zombies, or I don't think they will, because they then, as a company, they're not interested in zombies. They don't see it how the old creators of the game see it.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about
No
that.
worries, no, it's not a problem, mate. You reminded me of War Dog back in the day when I very first started streaming.
She's very, when someone comes in,
Russell, I know
she goes off.
It's all good, mate. It's all good.
everything that's going on for this upcoming Nightmare. We're actually kind of making October the entire month of Nightmare almost in some ways.
I'll eat my own fucking words, shall I, guys? You could have warned me about this before I started sprouting off like a fucking idiot. Looks like we're going to get a month of zombies again. About fucking time.
I like that.
I loved zombies. Zombies was fucking something I look forward to all year long.
Hell yeah. I look forward to it.
Hopefully they hit the mark. I hope they do.
But why don't you tell us a little bit about what's happening this year with Nightmare?
Absolutely. So this year we decided to not do any Nightmare. I'm just kidding.
Fucking wanker.
I believe that.
I was just about to kick off then. That I can get behind. A small little joke. Yeah.
No.
It's called Daydream now. It's going to be very happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Daydream.
In the past, for our last few years, we've been using our weapon tech system of, solar weapons versus thorium armor, and so we've been tied to using certain rogue factions in our main events. This year, with the field bonus system, it really frees us up to use any enemy in our main event basis. So we are going to start the month off with a zombie main event, which is something we haven't seen in a long time. An actual Nightmare main event, which I'm really excited for.
Nice.
Because
It's next month, isn't it?
Yep.
It's next month. I had to check that. I was lost there. I thought he was talking about this month. And
we can tell a bigger.
I like zombies. I've got to roll my hands up. It was one of the core reasons I stuck around for so long. Is zombies.
Oh yeah.
It was different to all the rest, if you know what I mean. It was a complete different set of rules. They come out with some crazy ideas. I remember that one map where we had them eggs that kept popping on the map. That was fucking fantastic. The boss, the behemoth or whatever it was called, the big green boss. No one could. You didn't have to kill it, but we went at it. I think that was back when we had Dobber Phoenix and players like that, Debo, all on the live stream. We wanted to kill that unit, and Kixeye said it was impossible. And I believe Dobber Phoenix was the one that killed it eventually. He got it within the time frame of back then it was only a 7-minute base. He killed the big green zombie that Kixeye said was unkillable.
Your Nightmare story than just having it as a sub event. So we're going to start with that. We're going to go from that into an undead strike ups. So zombies again for strike ups. We're going to go into a spooky sector breach with some zombie flavor thrown into the bases. And we're going to end it all on October 31st with a scary skirmish.
Nice.
Throughout all of that month, you'll also be unlocking and upgrading a new unique unit. I won't say too much about him yet, so stay tuned for details. But I'm really excited for this, and it should be something that It's the barrier to acquire is very low, and we have some really cool tech we're applying to it. So,
and I just want to remind everybody too.
Hang on. You was going to say something there quick, mate. I didn't quite hear it.
No, I said that's sweet.
Yeah.
The whole month is gonna be zombie-based event.
I like
unlocking and upgrading
sorry,
a
hang on,
new
mate.
unique
I pushed
unit.
play and I didn't mean to. Yeah, it's something they need to go back to. They need to go back to the roots of the game. You know, we've got plenty of problems. We had plenty of problems throughout the whole game for the years we've been playing. The cheats have always been prevalent, but there's always been an event to look forward to that gives the players that boost to get cheer and zombies for me was that event. It was that event where it would come round and I was like just a kid again. And I think that's what we're all looking for, is that feeling, that rush of doing something that you enjoy.
Oh yeah.
He did mention
It's always
something.
nice.
Yeah, go on, mate. Sorry.
It's always nice when they bring out something like the zombies for the month. And like even when they had the Christmas thing, they had bases, the 12 days of Christmas, the 11 days. There was different things you got out of them.
Yeah.
Those are nice little additives that
little tiny touches. It just it brings the player base in. It galvanizes us, and even if we do get flapped by a couple of cheaters here and there, we've always got something to look forward to further down the road, you know. And when they removed the zombies, or pretty much removed the zombies, that took that little excitement away from us. They've always had the Christmas thing, or not necessarily the 12 days of Kicksmas. That needs to be made ramped up. I believe that could be more interesting. I'm not moaning. I can't moan about the zombies because I enjoy them. A lot of players used to come back. If they was not playing the game for 6 months, they'd come back just for the fucking zombie event. God's honest truth. And that's something I can promote. I can promote the zombie event. That's coming up soon, guys. Let's go out and have fun. He said something there, and I just wanted to go back. I don't know how far back I've got to go. I'll just get it back a little bit.
So, zombies again for Strike Ops. We're going to go into a spooky sector breach with some zombie flavor thrown into the bases. And we're going to end it all on October 31st with a scary skirmish. Nice. Throughout all of that month, you'll also be unlocking and upgrading a new unique unit. I won't say too much about him yet, so stay tuned for details.
But we always have one. It's called
really...
Shadow Ops.
No, but as you play through the events, they give us, like they did with the Dr. Ake and Ergon last year.
Yeah.
Where you got so many of the parts in the main event, and then you got the rest of the parts in this skirmish, I believe, are towards the end of the month. So what they're saying is, as you play through these, probably not the sector breach, but the main event, the strike ops, and then the skirmish, you'll be able to purchase prizes towards getting this unique. And I'm going to say this right now, guys, don't fuck around with these uniques. They're normally good. They're normally very, very good. Don't miss out. Don't be that guy that says, oh, I didn't get it, or I didn't get all the tech for it. Just get it. Because you end up with another Dr. Ake, where you're saying for the rest of the year, well, when does it come out again? When can I get the tech? Hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll be able to get the tech for this event.
Only on Halloween's usually for certain zombies, units.
They did exactly the same the previous year as well with the Gravedigger. Player said, oh, I didn't get it. Well, why didn't you get it? I didn't think it would be any good. Well, I'm going to use it in my videos whether you fucking got it or not. That's you. That's a you problem, not me problem. I put out a video last year saying, get Dr. A, get all the tech, well, both of the units, Dr. A and Ergon. I said, they normally turn out to be fucking absolute diamond of a unit. And then I've still got people having a go at me, well, I haven't got Dr. A. Well, that ain't my fucking fault.
But well, anyway, I believe Dr. Ake was the good one, but Dr. Ergon, I hardly ever see anybody, including myself, use it. I thought that was one of the, I only reason I got it was because it was a dragon. I like dragons. but I got the tech for it, and I didn't get the upgrade levels for it, but no one uses it. I don't see anyone attacking with it or doing any type of bases. And I don't know if it's because it dies real easy or what the problem is with it. But Dr. Ake, now that's a different story. He's an ass whooper. And he's still good.
Yep.
Yep.
And you must make sure you get him. Sorry, I had to jump up to go to the toilet. Now I was busting. But yeah, get him. Make sure you get everything. Let's move on.
Excited for this, and it should be something that it's the barrier to acquire is very low, and we have some really cool tech we're applying to it. So,
and I just want to remind everybody too, because this does tend to happen every year, where a unit that is exclusive to October's Nightmare season is very popular. And we do say at the beginning that this is an exclusive to Nightmare unit. But then I hear for all year, when are we going to be able to get this unit again?
He just said exactly what I fucking said.
Yep.
He's 100% correct. This is the first time I'm ever going to fucking agree with Drake. Ever. Period. Fuck's sake.
So I just want to make sure everybody, goes into this knowing, again, this is going to be an October exclusive unit. So don't sleep on it. You're definitely going to want to get it. It's got really cool mechanic in it that we haven't really used before. And you're not going to want to miss out on it. But yes, remember, October exclusive unit. Don't sleep on it. Don't wait until November and go, I want that now. Get it in October. You need to get it in October. All right. I just want to make sure nobody said I didn't tell them. Okay. So, well, all right. So
Motherfucker.
You didn't tell me.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me nothing.
Everyone, Gambo's accusing me of talking to Drake now. I'm colluding with Kickstarter somehow. Jesus Christ. There'll still be people out there going, well, I didn't think it would be good. They will make up an excuse. Any old fucking excuse to make it like that it's someone else's fault. But yeah, please get it, guys. Don't beat around the bush with these zombie units.
We got that coming up in the immediate future, but then we have what is on the horizon. And you mentioned, Fixer.
You're actually right, Cassius. Sorry, Chandra.
Get what? You're saying to get something? I wasn't paying attention.
Zombie unit in this coming October.
It's a unique that you can only get in October. You can't get it any other time, only in October. So get it.
And Cassius is right. I said cool tech means it's going to be shit, according to me. I'm going to eat my words all night, I think, because I'm quite... Other than the cheat thing that they blabbed on about, some of the stuff I'm curious about. Instead of the plain old fucking CC update where they just shove levels on everything, they're introducing some new stuff, some new mechanics, different materials to get or collect that galvanise everything into one place. Then they've got the zombie month. I think I'm becoming a Kickside blower in this fucking video. What's going on?
Oh.
I'm a Kickside shit.
You're a Kickside sidekick.
Yeah, but everything they've said is like, well, hang on, this is interesting. It's made me think about things. Other than the cheating was bullshit. I don't like what they talked about that. But the zombie month, the zombie event.
Wake up
yeah, I wish they would wake up. Right, let's get this over.
The rest of it sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Steam. So why don't we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, as you've said, a lot of people have been asking about Steam. How's it going? When's it coming? What's that mean? What is Steam? I don't think that last one was actually ever asked. I think people the short answer is it's going pretty well. We have an internal plan for how we're going to address this. It's a big project, but we have a plan. However, we call it the new platform release since we actually haven't completely nailed down that it's going to be Steam. It might be Epic Games. It might be some other platform that becomes big in the meantime. Realistically, it's probably going to be Steam to start with, but we call it internally the new platform release. The slightly longer answer is that we're currently in our prototyping phase. The way we do projects is we have high-level planning, what we call a brief. We take that brief, we knock it out and say, this is the thing that tells us that we're all on the same page, we know what we're going to make. And then from that becomes a spec, which is all of the details that say exactly what our goals are. What is the thing that we're going to make going to do? And then from the spec becomes the plan, the technical plan, the design plan, any other supplementary documents that have to happen in order to make that thing be real. We're still in between the brief and spec phase where we're prototyping out the approach we're going to take. And that's needed because we have a Flash game originally. It was a game on the web, on Facebook. And then it became an HTML5 game. But it still was always a web game. And it's a lot of data that the game makes some very large assumptions about. How do you log in? How do you get that data? Where does the data come from? When is it available? All that other kind of stuff. And we're not always in control of the eventual delivery of that data because we are beholden to the fact that it is a browser-based game, and therefore your browser will cache some of that data.
Right.
Well, we have to break all of those assumptions. We have to make a game that will be a desktop application, and we have to answer those questions about where does the data come from? How do we serve it to players? How do we update it when we need to for players, and all of those other types of things? And that's where we solidly are right now, is answering those questions. How do we get a game out there?
Did you say something there, mate?
Yes, I would like to say something on that. When they do that, and if they do go on Steam, what they don't realize is when they have their updates, Steam, I play games on Steam and Epic Games.
Yeah, I've got
They have, when they have their updates, what it's going to do is their updates ain't going to take an hour like they used to. What they're going to do is they improvise, take the whole upgrade, and what they're doing is download it into Steam, and then you gotta update it in your Steam. You'll have to update it unless you have auto update. It'll automatically update the game.
No, it's because it's an always online game. They still have their downtimes because they're updating the servers with the new parameters of the game that they're introducing. So they can still take the game down for 45 minutes, however long it takes to update. Basically
Most games aren't like that in Steam, though.
If you play any online
servers, yes, they go down for like a half an hour for maintenance.
But obviously they're working as a smaller team. They're going to still take the amount of time. You can still take the servers down through Steam. My biggest worry is through Steam is a complete different ball game, and it will be make or break for the actual game itself, War Commander. Because the problem is with Steam, when you go and look at a new game that you want to purchase or you want to play, you check out the free-to-play section in Steam. You click on the game, it gives you the review. It says mostly positive, overwhelmingly positive, or overwhelmingly negative. And that's where Kickstarter might fall short with Steam. That's my biggest worry. I think Epic has introduced that as well now.
They should change the name from War Commander to War Commander Upgrade Commander.
Mm-hmm. Nothing will change in the way you purchase coins as well. If you purchase coins through Steam, it'll send you onto a web browser where you purchase the coins through Kickstarter.com. So that won't change. It's one of them ones where it's make or break. I'm hoping they're going to take the game into the right direction with this. But it's about nullifying them cheats, because it basically, if you're going to leave a bad review,
I think they're going to get rid of a lot of the script users, though, because they have AI units that actually will pick them out and will ban them without War Commander or Fair Play say so. It automatically does it, and there's nothing War Commander or Kickstarter can do about it.
No, exactly. If you leave a review on Steam, they can't delete it no more. If you leave a bad comment on Steam, unless you're very rude, there's nothing the company can do about a review on Steam.
Yep.
And that's what they've got to be careful of, because if you're going into Steam with a player base that's very upset, you know, they're gonna come on Steam and leave a review on you. That's for sure. Got to be careful, very careful the way they approach this.
Definitely.
We don't have to rebuild from scratch. If it gives everybody the data they need without having to download it every time and work correctly.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention the fact that it's a 13-year-old game, so technology has changed quite a bit from when it was written to how it is now, and that it's...
They can't use that as an excuse on Steam.
Nope.
That's no longer an excuse. It doesn't matter how old the game is. You've got older games on Steam that are on Steam and got good reviews. You've got older games on Steam that don't say we've got a small team. You've got older games on Steam that are working as intended. You've got to be very careful here.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of mentioned too, like there's a massive amount this game is. I mean, this game has grown so much over its 13 years that it's not a simple just like copy and paste.
It's definitely not. And we do have some advantages. There are a lot of people over the years that have had to answer this question of how do I take a web application and turn it into a desktop application? And there are wrappers that you can stuff an app into. Electron is one of those for anyone who's technically minded and is probably already screaming at me, just use Electron.
Right.
We might, but it might be the wrong choice. And that's what we're trying to answer.
Yeah. No, that's good. I think that's the update that people are going to be happy to hear, that we're still working on it, that we're in the planning phase, that we're trying to figure it out.
We are in the planning phase, but the other piece of it that I should mention is that we're aiming to have an internal test launch by the end of the year.
Nice.
Which means that our internal team will be able to download something from Steam that hopefully will log in, not nuke their base, and then allow them to be able to play in some capacity. It will be broken as all get out, completely broken in many ways, but that will be the tech test.
Yeah. And one thing, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, past that, we're going to try to open it up to players. I don't know when exactly, but the intent is to have the ability for players to help us beta test in the new year. And we will have a way for players to opt into that. So keep an eye on Discord, keep an eye on to Drake's Dungeon and other announcements we may make.
Yeah, and just to also circle back to something that was mentioned months ago when we first started talking about it, we will not be getting rid of the browser version, even if we do go to Steam. We will just be having an additional platform that you'll be able to play on. So
we will not be getting rid of the browser version, correct? Yeah. However, we may have some changes to the Facebook version, and that is something that unfortunately is out of our control.
Right.
Facebook has made it absolutely clear that by September of 2026, their web games will be sunset.
Right.
So depending on how we approach this and what changes we're able to make, we may be able to stay on the Facebook platform, or we might not. And that is part of the reason why we've been trying to push people over to our Kickside.com platform to play the game there.
For sure.
Well, that don't work neither.
I'm worried about that. I'm thinking, has anyone seen any news or looked that up? Facebook moving away from web browser games? I think there's too much money being earned out of them for Facebook to move away. I think Facebook take 15 to 30% of the income or the money spent on the platform.
Well, I personally play on Facebook because when I try to sign in on my account through Kickside, it sends me to a totally different name, that's totally different level, and a totally different sector. Only thing that's the same is my picture and the ID number. But when I try to load it, it never loads. And I put multiple tickets in the Kickside to please fix this, and I never even heard back from them still to this day.
And I'm going to guess that isn't just you that's getting that problem. I'm going to guess it's more than one person. It's going to be multiples. It ain't going to be a bug just you getting, you know what I mean?
Because what's really messed up is I personally made a whole new email address just to get for War Commander itself, to get it on Facebook, to be able to play. Jesus. How can a brand new email that isn't even 2 years old, go back 10 years, sign into over a 10-year-old account.
You didn't change the email, did you, at some point?
No, the email that I use, I purposely made just to start playing again. Like this
Right.
January will be 2 years I've been playing.
Okay, we'll have to
Back
investigate
on
that. We'll have to
Yeah,
investigate that once we
I
go off
sent a
stream.
thing into Kixeye and everything about it, and they still never did anything. I did multiple tickets, and I mean multiple. So, because if I'm going to spend gold, if I want to buy gold, I would rather do it on Kixeye.
Yeah.
You know, it's regular price over there. Facebook, I'm paying 30% more.
Yep. My big question is, this doesn't make sense for the Facebook platform. If you look at some of the bigger games on there, for instance, the Candy Crush saga or Candy Crush games that have got millions and millions of logins a day, or if you look at the Zanya Poker, people that spend on buy anything within them games on the Facebook platform, Facebook take a % of that every single time. I don't think this is true. I'm gonna Google that after once we go from being live. I'll have a look and find out what the truth is, because I don't think he's completely telling us the truth. I think
Kixeye does. Facebook does get some.
It's 15%.
Yeah.
I know it's 15%, and I know Steam is 30%, but you're not actually going to purchase through Steam. You're going to click on the coin button.
And it's going to send you to a different little platform.
It'll open the browser up, and you have to purchase through Kixeye.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a bit.
That's how it is on Epic Gaming and Steam. If it's through a different party, it sends you to a different web to buy it, and then
it's a workaround. It's a workaround for the companies that have put their games on there. Anyway, let's get this over with, because we've been dragging this on for well over an hour.
Yeah, I mean, as you guys probably already know, there's exclusive deals on Kixeye.com. You actually get a little bit more gold out of your gold bundles if you play on Kixeye.com. We have been doing this intentionally because A, it's our platform, which is nice, but B, we are able to control a bit more of the game, the outcome of than we can with things like Facebook. So if you aren't already playing on Kixeye.com, if you're a Facebook player, just go to the button on Kixeye.com that you can log in with Facebook and just put in the same credentials that you would use to log into Facebook, and that should sync your account to Kixeye.com. Nope. If there's any issues, of course, submit a ticket to support and they'll be happy to help sort it out. But yeah, we definitely, if you're not playing.
Complete lie, isn't it? Because it sounds like you've had a shit time trying to get it sorted out. Maybe you should start a new ticket, mate, and see if you can get that sorted.
I'm gonna have to put another ticket in. I guess
get it sorted.
I put so many in already, and that they never even get back to me.
Well,
that's the fucked up thing too.
He's saying now that if you put it in, they'll get that all fixed out, and I want to know the outcome if you don't mind.
No problem. I'll do it again. Yeah. I'll do it later on today.
Perfect. Thank you, bud.
Playing on Kixeye.com, it's going to be better for you. There's cooler stuff on there for you. But there is that possibility that Facebook might not be an option in the future, which is fine. I mean, we've had a great home there for 14 years, and we'll be sad to part ways. That's the case. But we'll always have the Kixeye.com one as long as the game is active. So.
Yeah, and absolutely. And Facebook has given plenty of notice for this. We have over a year at this point. So we're not worried that we will not be able to meet that deadline, but this is part of the reason why we're looking into things like Steam and desktop, as well as just being able to try and find a more convenient place for people to play than having to log into Facebook.
Yeah. One thing I want to mention for the future too, and the current, and this is really just to pat myself and young Russell on the back here, is together we have been trying to flesh out a lot of the story elements of the game. Like we started with Skirmish by making sure that there's a cool story for all the heroes that we introduce. And we have some videos that we're now putting out that are more narrative focused videos. We just put up the Orpheus one on social media.
That was the video I was talking about. It's all AI generated. It isn't. It don't give you any fucking really information. It tells you about when he was a babe or a boy. As he grew up, he was a bit of a nerd, a loner, yada yada yada.
Yeah, what you read off of the thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was this.
Just turn it into an animated thing. That's all they did.
Yeah. Instead of spending that time that they created that video or typed it into AI, instead of spending that time there used on making the unit a proper hero, they wasted the time in a stupid little fucking video. That's my opinion. I don't like that new unit. I can't bring myself to like it.
This last week. So check it out if you're not on any of the social medias. Follow us on there. But we have plans too for potentially taking some other events and adding in some story elements that weren't really there before. Like there's a lot of side characters that have never really been fleshed out before. And so there's some ideas that young Russell and I have been throwing out to make sure that we can get a little bit more, talk about the relationships between different characters, have like these nice little fun side stories away from the main story that happens in the main event. So if you're enjoying the story stuff, awesome. We're glad. We've been putting a lot of work into it. There is likely going to be more coming. If you haven't been checking out the story stuff, please do. We've been having a lot of fun with it. We plan out pretty far in advance, like the direction that we want to see the story go. And we have a lot of fun playing around with the newer characters and see where that goes. So check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. All right. We've talked about a lot of things, guys. I think we got just about everything that people are going to want to know about. I gave you a lot of questions to answer going into this because it's been a while since we've had one of these. So if there's any major questions that I missed, which I'm sure there are, please let me know. So the next time we do one of our podcasts or next time we do one of our designer diaries, we can make sure we get that topic covered as well. So this is a long episode. It's going to be like 40 minutes or so. So hopefully there's plenty of stuff for you guys to chew on. Any last things from Russell or Fixer that you guys want to add in?
Just stay tuned because we're always coming up with new stuff and finding new ways to make things interesting. Obviously, coming up with novel concepts on a 12-year-old game, or probably more than that now, is always a challenge. But we have lots of cool ideas coming up, so stay tuned.
Right. Cool. Anything from you, Fixer?
Nothing else to add right now. I've enjoyed being on this one. We've answered a lot of questions, and I look forward to trying and answer more on a future episode.
Well, a lot of these new features that we talked about are going to be coming out with the Command Center 21 update available September 11th. Just stay tuned to that, and we look forward to you guys getting a chance to play around with it. Other than that, Russell, Fixer, thank you for your time. I know you guys are crazy busy getting this Command Center thing out the door, so I appreciate it. I'm sure the players appreciate the update. So hope you guys have a great day. Hope all you players out there have a great day. And until next time, we are out. Bye.
See ya.
Well, a lot to take in there, guys. A lot of filler as well, like people were saying, a lot of bullshit mixed in with the actual information. I'm happy with what they said. I'm going to give it.
I'm happy for the most part, but I still think they don't put enough effort into getting rid of the script players, like I said. Other than that, I like what they all said so far.
Yeah.
Now to see how they actually work is going to be a different story.
Exactly. If it's all coin derived or coin driven, which Kickstarter pretty much are, just nowadays that's all they're after. Over the actual functionality, it's just spend loads of money. Yeah, not a bit of me. I do my CC as normal, and I'll upgrade buildings as I go along. I'm not dropping 1,000 coin or 2,000 coin into the game. It ain't value for me. But other than that, I think there's one thing we can take from that over it all. I'm going to give you the shout out, please. Actually, I'm going to go with Sandra because she come in late. Kiss your shout-outs, please, darling. If you're there.
I'm here. Uh, thanks for having me. What else? Not sure I'll be playing too much on my computer at the moment, but we'll see. Y'all enjoy your event that coming up Thursday, I think it is. Thursday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Today? Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll play, maybe I won't, depending on what I see. Bye.
Thank you. CJ.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody that came to watch Sydney's YouTube channel for the update on what's going on. Thank you for the likes, the comments, and for everybody that came. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope your event goes great, and I hope Kickside doesn't throw any stupid hiccups into it. And I'd like to thank Cassandra and Sydney and myself for having the live show and trying to help everybody grow.
Thank you, bro. And I'd like to mention these two guys. Thanks for coming along tonight. Without you, it would have been a little bit difficult for me to have no one to bounce off of. But other than that, I'm going to leave you with two words. Zombies, baby. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
We're out.